Natasha Deen. World Service.
Hi guys, it's Natasha Deen here, and today I'm talking to you about creating characters. So, every author is going to have their own opinion. In my opinion, characters are the thing in the story because your character is going to dictate the plot of the story, because some characters will do things that some characters just would never do. Characters will dictate description because how the character views the world will influence and color how you describe that world back to your readers. So, what are some things that we want to keep in mind when we want to create really sort of 3D, realistic, depthful characters? So, tip number one is the easiest tip. What does your character look like? Where and how do they live? So, is your character a boy, a girl, non-binary? Do they live in a mansion? Do they live in a hovel? Are they living in modern times, future times, past times? All those things are really important. And one of the things that you might want to look at is going online and finding character worksheets where you can write out things like, what's my character's eye color? What is their hair color? Tip number two is related to tip number one, which is how your character lives, how they look, all those kinds of things. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. And that's true of our world too. We're constantly inundated with images of what our society considers beauty and what our society considers attractive. And if you fall into those categories, the world kind of treats you one way. If you fall into not that category, if you're not a bell curve kind of person, the world treats you a different way. And in our world too, right? It's not just, oh, my character is a person of color. I'm a person of color, and how I feel when I'm walking around on the streets in Canada is going to be a lot different than how I feel walking around the streets in another country, because in Canada, I know I have certain rights and freedoms. I know that default, the majority of people will treat me a certain way regardless of my skin color. In other countries, I don't know that that's going to be true. In other countries, I don't know that my safety isn't going to be at risk because I am a girl and I identify as a girl. Your character really wants something, and that's going to be the thing that really pushes your story forward. So when you're thinking of your character, you're like, here's physically what my character looks like. Great. Now, emotionally, what is your character like? And intellectually, what is your character like? And what is it in the story that they really, really want? And I love this because when you figure out what your character wants, you can also figure out all the things that are going to come in to stop your character from getting what they want. And in doing that, you create a plot line for yourself, right? So there is Cinderella, and she really wants to go to the ball. That's her driving force. That's the thing she really wants to do, except she has no dress, and she has no way to get there, and all these things. And oh look, the problem, it's solved because here comes the fairy godmother, except oh, here's this other problem. She has to be gone by midnight, or else that's it, right? The magic is gone. So, what is it your character wants, and then what are the things that are going to come against them? One of the really important things to remember with this is that one of the biggest problems your character is going to have is themselves, right? And this is true. This is real life. Like, quite often we get in our own way, and our fears and our anxieties and our insecurities can stop us from asking for help or stop us from trying out that thing that we really want to try. So what are the kind of foibles and flaws in your character? And it's okay if your character has flaws and they're not perfect. You don't want them to be perfect anyway. The thing that I think is really, really important to make a really great character is why. Like, why? Why does your character want the thing that they want? Why is your character doing the thing that they're doing? And I see this a lot with action adventure kind of stories where something terrible has happened, like aliens have landed and they're attacking Earth, and the character runs in to help. And I go, great, why? And the writer will say, well, because they're the hero and that's the whole point. No, right? I mean, yes, but no. why, like, what's in it for this character? What's at stake for them? What do they have to lose? The truth is, there's not many of us that are ever going to be police officers or firemen or EMTs or nurses or doctors, because those are very specific groups of people that when danger comes, while the rest of us are like, let me get out of here, they're the people that walk into it. Why do they want what they want? If they're going to go after the aliens, is it because the aliens have taken their parent? Is it because they're the only person who knows that this person is actually an alien and no one else believes them, but they know something is going on, and so they're willing to risk it all to save humanity? So why? To recap, your character has a certain way that they look and a certain way that they live, and how does the world treat them because of the way that they look and how they live? What is it that your character wants, and what is going to stop them from getting it, including themselves? So what are their flaws? Why is it that they want the thing that they want? And that's it. Thank you so much.
Hello, therapist.
This video is brought to you by the Young Alberta Book Society.